Hello folks. Ever since The Secret movie was released, the law of attraction became a big hype. Every second person you meet on the street started talking to you about the law of attraction. But what really is the law of attraction? And how does it exactly work? Is it true that you can just think about something and then it happens? And if that were true, then why is there still so much confusion and suffering and non-understanding around this law? So today I'm going to break down the different aspects of this law so you can understand what exactly this law is and does it really work, and is it as easy as just a mind shift, or is there more to it? Like any law in physics, okay, let's take for example the law of gravity. So the law of gravity states that I have this object in my hand, and if I leave it, it is going to fall on the ground, right? So this is a law which works here on earth and not necessarily outside of the earth in space. And if I take this object out of the earth and if I drop it, it might just float instead of falling. So similarly, the law of attraction works only here in our three-dimensional reality. So, what is the law of attraction and how does it really work? You have heard right, the law of attraction states that like attracts like. So, in essence, whatever you are thinking will indeed become your reality, because if you are thinking something negative or if you are thinking something positive, you will attract a reality which is connected to your thoughts. However, it is not as simple as just thinking something like wishful thinking and manifesting it in your reality. So what is the science behind this law? Now, people say that your mind creates your reality. So all you have to do is control your mind, meditate, visualize creatively, and think of the things that you want to manifest in your lives. Write it down, create a positive thinking journal, create a vision board, and it will all manifest. Well, to tell you the truth, I've done all of that in my life and still I haven't been able to manifest the way I wanted to see my reality to be created. So what exactly is going on if the law is true and at the same time it is not as simple as it sounds? Now you have to understand that your mind, that you think is your mind, is essentially just your conscious mind. The mind that can think, that can reason, that can be controlled, that can have its own thinking, that can imagine, that can visualize, that can create. That is all a very tiny aspect of your mind. So if you take the example of an iceberg, the tip of the iceberg is what you really get to see, whereas at the below the water level is a huge chunk of that iceberg, much bigger than what you see at the tip. And you can compare your mind to this iceberg. So what happens is your conscious mind is just the tip of this iceberg. Now you have a subconscious mind, a supraconscious mind, and a part of the mind that is unconscious, that you are not even aware of. So the mind is not just limited to your thoughts and your imaginations. Your mind is much bigger than you think it is. So what really happens is that, for the sake of this video, let me just talk about the two minds that we experience the most in our everyday reality, which is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is where all the memory of our childhood, our past lives, our past experiences are stored. And it is the subconscious mind which controls a majority of our belief systems, our thought patterns, our fears, our dreams, our anxiety, our negative experiences, and our positive experiences are to a very high degree controlled by the subconscious mind. Now, let's say that you were 5 years old when you had a negative experience. At the age of 5, you are not big enough or conscious enough, or your mind is not developed enough to think logically or to reason that your negative experience could have been due to some external factor and not necessarily because of who you are. However, at that age, your experiences are almost entirely based on your feelings. And when you have a negative experience, you might just attach it to a definition of yourself. For example, let's say you go to your father and you ask your father to play with you. And your father is busy at work, he doesn't have time for you, so he asks you to play by yourself, that he will be with you later. You wait and you wait and you wait, and after 3 hours you go back to your father and you say, "Dad, can you play with me, please?" Again your dad scolds you this time and says, "I told you I'm busy, just leave me alone, I will be with you after some time." And at that moment you retreat thinking that it's something about you, that your dad doesn't want to be with you because you are not good enough or you are not important to your dad. So what happens is that you go back to your room and you do not approach your dad again because you are scared that your dad will reject you again. Now, on that day, you had the feeling that you are not important to your father. And after that, you go to school, you do other activities, but that one thought that you are not important stays in your subconscious mind. And then what happens, because the law of attraction says like attracts like, the law doesn't spare anybody, not even children. So at that moment that you concluded that you are not important, you start experiencing more situations in your life where you start believing that it is true, you are not important. And then you have totally forgotten this incident. It was such a small incident, And as you grow up, you have that belief pattern in your subconscious mind that you are not important. 30 years fast forward, now you are an adult, you go to work, you have your own life, and everywhere you keep experiencing the fact that you are not important. Let's say your boss treats you badly, your friends don't give you importance, you try to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they don't give you as much importance as you would like. And this is because your subconscious mind is in charge here. Your subconscious mind is ruling your experiences. Now you are very disappointed with life, you are upset, you get angry frequently, and you don't know why. And then you seek help. You go to these self-help gurus, you try to find books, you try to help yourself, you take coaching classes, and they all tell you, oh, think positive, try to visualize creatively, and you will attract the reality that you desire. And you keep trying, you keep trying, you keep trying, but you still have that experience where people don't give you importance generally. Now, in this state of being, if someone comes and tells you, oh, all you have to do is just change your mind, just visualize being the most important person in the world, and then it is going to manifest. So what happens is those kind of thoughts actually put you in a place of self-conflict. You are feeling something and you are thinking something else. So you have a conflict in your mind. Your subconscious mind cannot reason, cannot logic. It is like a little child. Whereas your conscious mind that can reason, that can logic, that can think practically, is trying so hard to manifest the reality for you that you choose. However, your subconscious mind is resisting it. And according to the law of attraction, what you resist persists. And because the subconscious mind is below the water level, the huge part of the iceberg that you cannot see with your eyes, it is much more powerful than your conscious mind. So most of the time, when we are trying to bypass ourselves and create a reality that we so want consciously, our subconscious mind resists. So no matter how much positive thinking we do, no matter how much visualization we do, the law of attraction still works against us. And I just wanted to tell you this in this video, so the next time you are trying to use the law of attraction, you should be aware of any kind of negative programming, or if you feel any kind of resistance from your mind when you are trying to create a certain outcome, it is probably because you have, like that example I gave you, many small little thoughts, beliefs that exist in your mind, and those are the things that are stopping you from manifesting that reality which you desire. So there are many things at play when the law of attraction is concerned. For example, you are trying to create a specific reality and you are trying to think positive, and at the same time you do not want another reality, so you keep resisting the other reality that you do not want. So you do everything, you take actions, you draw plans, you do everything in your power to not create the other reality that you do not desire. And what happens is, when you keep trying to avoid a particular outcome in life, the more you try to avoid something, the more energy you are giving to it. So what happens is that very reality which you do not wish to create starts getting manifested. And once you manifest something contrary to what you had originally wanted to manifest, you start doubting the law. You start thinking, maybe this law is not true. Maybe it doesn't work the way I thought it worked. And the law of attraction is always working. So now your doubts become reality. And then you are confused. So your confusion becomes reality. All of it depends on which aspect of you is the most powerful and which aspect of you is dictating your reality. So the next time you think of using the law of attraction, just keep in mind that it is not just about positive thinking or creative visualization that will bring you the result you desire. What you actually need to do is, if you feel even the slightest of resistance coming from inside of you, shine the light of your conscious mind in those aspects of yourself that is resisting these changes and ask why. The law of attraction acts like a mirror. So whatever vibrations that are inside of you, that are in your subconscious mind, that you are not even aware of, is often reflected back to you through the reality that you experience. So anytime you are trying to create a positive outcome, instead you end up experiencing something negative, it is probably because there are some vibrations, unhealed parts within you, unloved parts that just needs your presence and unconditional love and approval. Those are the parts within you that are crying out for your attention. So when you have a negative experience in life, you can blame the other person, but you cannot really see yourself. When you walk on the streets, you see other people walking on the streets, you see other people in your life, but you can never see yourself, right? So we incarnate on this earth to have an experience of ourselves, to have an experience of self-realization. And although it seems to us that everyone that is in our life, every person that we see on the outside world is separate from us, is outside of us, what in essence is happening is they are mirrors of our own selves. So especially in relationships or any kind of deep friendship or partnership or companionship, when you experience that, you experience yourself at a much more intimate level than, let's say, when you read some kind of news on the newspaper or watch something happening on the other side of the world on TV. So those experiences are not affecting you. Sometimes they do, as much as your close relationships with your friends, your family, your spouse. And those experiences cause the most expansion of your soul and are the most accurate mirrors of your inner vibrations. So when we are in a relationship with another person, let's say the behavior of the other person annoys us or triggers certain parts within us, and we cannot let go of that person. We are still attached to that person emotionally, this is in fact reflecting to us some kind of unhealed vibration which exists within us. And on the other hand, if somebody does something that doesn't trigger you, that doesn't cause you to feel negative or angry or disappointed, then it may not be a vibration that is inside of you, it may be their own things. So it is sometimes difficult to discern which is your experience and which is another person's experience. However, the rule of thumb is that if any particular person or situation triggers you and causes some kind of conflict inside of you, or some intense emotion like anger or annoyance, hurt, upset, it is perhaps because you have some vibration within you which this person is reflecting. And it is not necessarily a bad thing. It is actually a chance, an opportunity for you to look inside and figure out what is that vibration, and just heal it, or just by your awareness of it, it often goes away, or just by your becoming conscious of those vibrations within you and just accepting yourself or giving yourself love no matter what, those negative vibrations can go away. So yes, you do create your reality, and you do create your reality with your mind, and the law of attraction exists. Like attracts like. However, you not only create with your conscious mind, you also create here on earth with your subconscious mind. And there are also other minds like the supraconscious mind, which is often associated with your higher self, from where your creative insights might come, your wisdom or any kind of intuition might come to you. So that is another topic. So today was about the law of attraction and how it works with your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. So you have to be aware, conscious of your subconscious mind, and often in your dream state, when your conscious mind is asleep, when you are not consciously stopping your mind from showing what is inside you, you can have a glimpse of your subconscious mind and of the inner vibrations that exists within you, and it might actually be a warning or for you to take note of those vibrations and correct them or shine the light of your conscious mind within those places to get rid of any kind of negative feeling or negative vibrations within you. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment at the bottom of this video, and I will try to do a video on that topic. Thank you and have a good day.